Hey guys, what's going on? Ken Rayder here for Rayder Sports, and it is Sunday. It is a happy Sunday because finally we are able to actually talk about football on a Sunday when we have real football to talk about. And one of the better things for Fins fans like me, is that the Miami Dolphins came away Thursday night with a win. I know, even though it's preseason and it doesn't count and really nobody gives a shit. When we watch preseason games, we're looking for those oh shit, what was he thinking moments and those wow moments. Like, that person really came out to play. And so I'm going to go over the Dolphins 34-27 win over the Falcons Thursday night. I'm going to pick out some of the good, some of the bad, some of the ugly. And overall, the game was pretty interesting, actually. It kept me entertained all the way through. It was a pretty good game as far as preseason games go. There, obviously, for the Falcons, Matt Ryan didn't play, so that was kind of a bummer. But otherwise, Matt Schaub, he came in and he played fine. But we're Dolphins fans. This is for Dolphins fans, so let's break down the Miami Dolphins. Fins win 34-27 over the Atlanta Falcons. And obviously, this was supposed to be Josh Rosen's, coming out party. We were supposed to see what he can do. And I will say I was pleasantly surprised, actually, that it wasn't as bad as I had feared. Rosen was in for 39 plays. He went 14 for 20. Very respectable, 70% completion percentage. He had 191 yards, a bad pick, and was sacked twice. But while under extreme pressure all day, all night, pretty much, because of the shaky protection that he was getting from our less than stellar offensive line, which we knew that coming in, that the offensive line coach was fired, and so it was going to be an issue anyway. We kind of all knew that coming in, and that part didn't really fail to... the reports on that are true. The offensive line is pretty bad. But he had a solid night regardless. I mean, one really bad interception in which he didn't lead his receiver out of coverage, and he just kind of tried to throw it into numbers, and the linebacker, I don't know if he saw him or not, but the linebacker just cut the route, picked off the ball, and returned it to the 6-yard line. But those things are teachable, so I'm not really going to you can coach that out of him. You can make sure that he throws it more towards the outside and less towards the numbers, so that at least the receiver could kind of use his body to at least block it. And it might fall harmlessly for an incompletion, but it would have been better than a interception. But really, that was the only bad thing about the whole night for Josh Rosen. He had the one bad interception, a couple of cringy decision plays. I mean, one where he just kind of threw it up there while being slammed. But otherwise, it wasn't a bad night for Josh Rosen. We didn't see much from Fitzpatrick. He only played 13 snaps. So there's not a lot to really go on there. But it was more, they played Josh Rosen all the way into the fourth quarter, and it was really cool. And while getting popped, he just kind of threw a pop-up, and luckily, Preston Wilson, who was the guy who really stole the night, just was able to come up and just jump up there, and it shows that he has so much trust in his receivers that he's willing to throw it up there, and that's something good that could be worked on moving forward into this rebuild. Another thing I saw was his toughness. He was able to really take a lot of those shots and just keep getting back up and keep rolling with the punches. So it was really nice to see that. So there's a lot of potential and a lot of upside to Josh Rosen that I completely missed. I think because he was in Arizona. So and I'm a pessimist at heart. I'm always looking for something to go wrong. Obviously, Rosen, as I said, his confidence and trust in his wideouts. So if I had to grade him, his performance, it would be a C. It wasn't anything overwhelming, but it wasn't anything, where you're thinking, oh my God, this guy's a wreck. And obviously, the guy who stole the day, Preston Wilson, had to be Miami's player of the game. He had 2 amazing catches, bailing out Rosen, finished with 4 receptions for 97 yards, nearly 20 yards a catch. Not bad. But now for the bad. Let's start with the obvious. The offensive line was shaky. Rosen was in scramble mode almost the entire game. He had to scramble. He had to just kind of throw it up a time or two. But we expected that coming in, so you can't really say it wasn't anything we didn't already know. The most disappointing for me was actually because I really think our secondary really has the potential to be something special. I was looking to be wowed by the secondary because with Rashad Jones and Minkah Fitzpatrick and Xavier Howard, I really, really thought I was going to come in and see this great secondary and be like, wow, we really got something special going on. That's going to be the strength of our team, and I was just really underwhelmed by it. I don't know. I just saw a lot of Falcons receivers running free, getting a lot of easy yards. I mean, Matt Schaub went 12 for 19, just kind of cut us up. 12 for 19, 172 yards. At least we didn't give up a receiving touchdown. But still, I was expecting to see more, and I just feel like I got really underwhelmed, and I wanted to see more of that secondary because I really do think the potential is there for that secondary to be amazing. And also, the big surprise was how well the receivers played. So the receivers were the ones that surprised me. The secondary was disappointing. Josh Rosen was a little better than I expected him to be. And obviously we got some work to do, but most importantly, we got the win, 34-27 over the Falcons. So guys, as always, fins up.